My name is James Pratt. I am doing a presentation over conducting business within Iraq for my Business Communications 3510 class. The first thing that we're going to go over is the language. The official language of the Iraqi people is Arabic, of course. Within that language, there are several dialects between the different sectors of the Iraqi people. The cultural gestures within Iraq, the Iraqi people tend to use a great deal of physical contact. They use their right hand instead of their left hand when receiving and passing along items, as the left hand is considered unclean and is typically used for bathroom purposes. So when passing among items within Iraq, you want to make sure not to use your left hand. When engaging conversation amongst the people, especially with elders, you want to avoid eye contact, as not looking at them as far as their eyes is a sign of respect and being humble. So you definitely want to avoid eye contact when engaging. Also, as far as common courtesies are concerned, you never want to show the bottom of your foot, as this is also a sign of disrespect when conducting business. And when entering a household, you want to make sure to go ahead and remove your shoes before entering the household, all while abiding by the not showing the bottom of your foot rule. Now, when visiting within Iraq, the Iraqi people tend to visit amongst friends and family, but not with acquaintances that they're not quite familiar with. There are several reasons for this. Number one, you always want to announce yourself present before you get there, for the simple fact that a male always has to be present with a female. If not, you are typically supposed to leave the situation, as this is a sign of disrespect to their culture. Number two, when you enter a household, you want to make sure, once again, that you plan ahead, because if it's typically around dinner time or meal time, according to their culture, they're supposed to typically provide a meal for them. Now, when visiting amongst them, you also want to make sure that you provide a gift, such as fruit, whatever you have readily available. Now, as personal appearance is concerned, you never want to show too much skin. They tend to stray away from low-cut jeans, all that type of fad stuff that's real popular in Western culture. Especially when swimming, you want to make sure that you're wearing shorts and t-shirt. Just cover up as much as possible. As not covering up is a sign of disrespect, once again. When greeting, they do shake hands. Now, when shaking hands, once again, you want to make sure that you use your right hand, not your left hand, and also make sure that you go ahead and touch your heart area, as this is also a welcome sign of respect amongst their people. And it is typical to address whoever it is that you're talking to by their children's names, such as Laura, mother of James, or Laura, mother of Matthew, as this is a common occurrence amongst the people of Iraq. Now, as far as infant care is concerned, now babies are typically taken care of by the mother of the household or the daughters of the household. They are typically, it's typically a mother's role in their society to take care of the child. Now, when a boy is born, it is typically celebrated over a female, which isn't, because the female in their society is considered a dependent, whereas a male is considered the provider, and is taught as a very young child to the roles of leadership and dominance, male dominance, basically. And the female is typically taught pacifism and basically resignation and weakness and meekness. Now, according to the Iraqis' culture, a good child is typically viewed as one who is loyal, obedient, and one who does not question authority. Now, going into the business and straying away from the cultural side of Iraq, the potential market within Iraq, according to July 2010 estimate, was 29,671,605. So as you can tell, there's a lot of people within Iraq, and the majority of them are between 15 and 64, which is prime market for sales, just like here in America. Now in Iraq, the median age is around 20 years old, and just like in America, 20-year-olds here love to shop, so that's a great market for anybody willing to go ahead and do business within Iraq. Now, the major industries within Iraq, the top 6 include oil infrastructure, of course, agriculture, construction, especially with the reconstruction efforts going on, electronics, retailing, electricity, and even water treatment. Now, there are several business laws affecting business in Iraq, including the Foreign Direct Investment, which permits 100% ownership in all sectors of business, except for oil and mineral extraction. Now, any foreign-owned retail outlet must also provide a $100,000 bond before conducting business within Iraq. Any foreign-owned company cannot own land within Iraq, but may lease land up to 40 years as well. And there is an income tax up to 15% on all corporations and individual wages earned. And tariffs are currently set at 5% tax rate in order to finance the reconstruction. Now, this did end in 2006, but tariffs are gonna stick around due to all the reconstruction efforts that's going on in that country. Now, the good thing about this is free trade is still in effect there, so you can export and import products all day long without any problems. Now, many of the business associations in order to set up business include the Iraqi Contractors Federation, the Iraqi Businessmen's Association, the Union of Iraqi Chamber of Commerce, and the Iraqi Industries Union. Now, the labor force for the Iraqi people, agriculture takes up 21.6%. The industrial side of business over there takes up 18.7%. Services take up 59.8%. Now, the unemployment over there is 15.2%, but they are eager to work, as you can tell. Now, many of the staffing companies to help you start up a business within Iraq include the Iraqi Assistance Center and Baghdad Conventional Center, and also includes the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs. So, and like I mentioned before, they are eager to work, and with an unemployment of nearing 16%, the Iraqi people would love to go ahead and start up more businesses within Iraq. And that is all. Thank you.